Well, hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of this vanilla city speed build that I'm doing over on my Instagram and TikTok. And here we're back in Feuille City and we're building a service station rest area kind of place. I think this is a good spot for it. We're just off the highway here. So we've put in the asset from the Japanese content creator pack, and I've just spawned in a little 4x3 commercial area there, which if we wait long enough that will turn into a petrol station. Whilst we're at it, we're also going to put in the post sorting facility. I think that would be a good space for this, and then we can put in a few post offices around the town because we don't have any postal facilities in the city at all at the moment, which is a bit crazy. And the road maintenance depot will fit in quite nicely there as well. I think actually if we just move that post sorting facility, we can squeeze the park maintenance building just in there, squeeze some offices in, and like I said, if we just be patient, delete enough of those, a petrol station will spawn in, and that's looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with how that's turned out. So the next thing, we're back here at the theme park. So we've got plenty of visitors in there. We just need to get the entertainment up, so we can pretty much get that up to level 5 really quickly just by doing this. So my idea for this is, rather than just chucking everything down all in one place, I want to kind of create little themed areas. I think that's something you see quite often at theme parks. So here's kind of like the kid area. This is where we've got the smaller children's rides, some of the like fun fair kind of things, bit of space for the children to sit down whilst the kids are playing, a play area, and I think that's looking pretty nice. So then we'll call that Funland. Right, and then we've got the haunted house. So this is going to be set back in a haunted forest. We're going to put lots of big trees in, the weird little stone ruins, and we'll call that the haunted forest. Very nice. And then this is kind of where the big rides are. So we'll put lots of these down and put some spaces in, but the big rides, Heroes Adventures Land, I feel like that's the kind of thing that would usually be called in that area. And then you've got Craterland, so that's turned out quite nicely. I think that was pretty good actually. So here we are, we just got a little city tour. I think we've kind of come to the most of what we can do in this area. There are some empty gaps that we have to fill in, but for now I'm going to stop talking, have a little look at what we've achieved recently, and I'll be back with you when we start building again. It's about time we bought another square. So you can see here we've got some natural resources in here which we're going to make use of eventually. So we're just going to change the angle of the grid slightly, and we're going to bring in a large rail station into the city. So we've got one rail station in the city already, but it's kind of a long way out. This one will be more of a city centre rail station. So we're going to run that down there, and then we're just going to link up all these side bits, and that will connect up to the train main line just down here. So I said we were going to angle the grid, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to start to build that, and we're going to like work the grid over the rail line that we have in there. So it's going to be important. Just changing the angle of your grid like this can really add some variation to your city. It can make it look so much more interesting than just having more grids kind of all going in the same direction. You'll see once this kind of fills out, it just adds a bit of like visual interest, and that's what I want. So we can kind of work the two shaped grids into each other, add some water pipes, and now it'll be time to zone it. So we've got the kind of basic grid in. Lots of offices around the train station because it's pretty noisy around there, and then we'll keep the commercial kind of along the main roads, and then lots of high density commercial in the main grid, and then just lots of services around and about to make sure the land value is nice and high and we can get those buildings all leveled up. Start to fill out nicely. Oh no, and this time we've got a Meteor, and it's nothing to do with me, so it's going to hit in the city. So we're going to add a little bus route in to one of our evacuation shelters. I don't know how successful this is going to be. Ignore the fire in the theme park over on the left hand side there as well. That's a separate disaster. And here it is. Oh, it just missed the stadium, but that's taken out a lot of high density residential. That's probably going to be calamitous. Let's wait for the thing to pop up. Oh, 2,990 citizens lost, over 3 kilometers of roads lost. not good. But we rebuilt that, and now it's time to keep developing. This episode's very dark. I don't remember it being this dark, but that's okay. Here we go, we're coming into daytime. So we're really just building more of the grid along the train line, keeping that going. And we've built some bigger blocks, so we'll have some paths running through the middle of them, and we'll fill them out with nice kind of trees and things, and it will look like nice park areas for the citizens to use. Around the outside, all commercial, and inside it's going to be all residential. And we'll do the same over here, have a couple more blocks over on this side of the train station. One more bridge across the end, back at night time again. But it makes the zoning stand out quite nicely actually when it's this dark. And that will fill in. There you go, looking good. And then we can keep going down at the bottom here as well. Just really use all the space we have available to us to get that population up as high as we can. But we've hit Metropolis, so that's what we wanted. So I'm going to leave it here for this time, and we'll continue developing in the next one.